Alrighty guys, welcome on back to some more Yeast Proud Nordics. Last episode, we defeated Yorth finally in her base on Raufoss Island. Unfortunately, she was able to fly away with some wings that she randomly sprouted out, and we returned back to Kunlun Island to talk to the townsfolk. After that, we got back on our boat and decided to continue heading east to Specular Bay, but not before going around our new area, completing some side quests, and doing some of the optional objectives. Unfortunately, there is a ton of stuff to do, so we won't be progressing with the main story for quite a little bit. But in this episode, we have a couple of different islands to explore, starting with Odd Rock Isle. But before that, if you guys do like this video and this series, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It'll really help me out, and it'll make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. With all that out of the way, let's get into it. We're just going to go ahead and disembark. There are, I think, 4 islands we can explore that are optional. I'm gonna see how many we can get done in this episode, but I mean, if we move quick enough, we might be able to finish them all here. So, heading over here, we will have a fishing spot, see if there's any new fish for us to grab.
Let's give it a shot.
It doesn't look like it. So we'll go ahead and wrap around this way, grabbing our stone here. Purify that. And there are 3 crystals for us to grab here. Let's go ahead, just make sure we have our pings always going. That way we can see, or our monasense rather, so that way we can see where the items we need are. These guys are only level 38. This is, I think, one of the only islands you actually could visit during the main story, because this wasn't locked by the white whale. Of course, we held off on doing it so that way we do them all at the same time. But that also means there's not really a reason to fight these guys other than just to get a couple of resources. We do need the money, because as we saw last episode, there is something we can't get yet because we are broke. Go ahead and grab our first buried treasure for 3 relaxants. And then hop up here, swing across. And I think there's actually nothing over here on the right side, so we're just going to... There is... Ooh, well, this isn't really worth it. We'll just break that and keep moving. Head over here.
Seems kind of tough.
And we're going to have another one of these guys. Come on. I thought we were done with you. Ooh, shouldn't have done that. That's fine. Forgot that they start off armored. I should honestly just assume every enemy starts off armored. There we go. Defeat that enemy. Then we have a couple of different directions we can go. We're going to go ahead and start by heading east. Finding another one of you. Why? You teleport now? It didn't teleport before, right? I don't even think it had to... I mean, we fought so many... I fought an entire area full of these twice because we had to redo the entire episode. And I didn't see it teleport a single time. There are 3 extinguishers for us. And then... there should be... How do I get back up here? There we go. There should be some fishing bait around here. Yep, it's going to be over this way. Get me up here. We have the harpy enemies as well. These are basically just the same island enemies we fought at the main island in the last zone. Yeah, try again. I'm not going to get comboed by your poison curse attacks. Come here, please. And there we go. The treasure is right behind us, but first head over here, grab that crystal, and then dig up this treasure for 3 fishing bait mediums, even though we now have access to purchase those. Swing across this way. And then our next, I think this is actually our final buried treasure right here.
Didn't expect this here.
Will give us 50 basic craft stock. I'm just ignore these guys. They are not worth my time right now. Break that crystal. And then finally grab this chest for 1850 gold. And then these guys are just going to chase me. I mean, I could definitely outrun them, but we'll just deal with them anyways. They're not too difficult. Especially when I get the perfect counter. Okay, 1 more crystal and 1 more chest, both of which are at the exact same spot. Just up here. Yep, start doing this. Dodge it. Slam. Does so much damage, it goes through the armor. And then, if we follow this path up here, we're basically at the end of the island. Now, relatively decent-sized island, but we'll grab this, and then we have another one of the tablets here, the runestones, rather. This one should be about the guy. If I'm right about them each having their own color, it should be about the guy who defeated the whale guy. Ivar Dragonkeel carves his chronicle thusly. Located at last, long-sought key to desires, heart's wishes that hidden treasure will grant. Ringed by peril of epic proportions, it slumbers. If this region we can reach, Har only knows. Hearing this, I called with haste a thing to confer on if we ought confront this trial. Searching for fables is a fool's errand. We'd sink to seafloor ere any spoils found. The head that spoke thus was hurled skyward, soaring with a single swing of Rollo's axe. Cowardly caution will see us claim naught. By forward action alone will aims be fulfilled. Flotilla was formed to find the treasure, and in Rollo's charge I chose to place it. On voyage south to seas innermost, the fleet set course, casting off without fear. Yet no matter how many moons did pass, said ships would not ever sail back home. Oh wow, so they all left and then never made it back. We get 15 red lumps from that. And finally, we'll go ahead and head over here. We have taken a little bit too much poison damage. Is there one of the fast travel swords I can use? No, I guess not. Okay. We'll go ahead and head over here, and let's just save, just in case. I don't want to restart here. We are unfortunately poisoned. Let's go ahead and just cure that real quick, and then heal up. And we're going to have a boss here. That's why I wanted to be careful. So here we go. This is a powerhouse alert. Very similar to the wolf we fought a while back. This is a tough enemy. We can beat it, though, if we just do the same strategies, only ever countering. And as long as we get perfect counters, we should be able to drop them. Now, I will come back if we lose this at a later time. It is level 72. Not really a reason to fight it. Ooh, that was a new attack I wasn't prepared for. And block. The good news is our revenge meter fills up very quick. We really only need 2 perfect counters to do a good amount of damage. There we go. And when he does this attack, even better. Because that's going to do an insane amount of damage by itself and fill our revenge up to max. Ooh, okay. Good stuff. Looks like he has changed his attack patterns just barely from our regular alligator enemies. But not a big deal. He is already at half. Ooh, that was the... I guess if you're really close, he doesn't actually hit you with that attack, which is nice. These are the ones we really need a perfect counter, because I think it... Oh, that sucks. It gives us a little bit of a stun on the enemy. Oh, I didn't realize that if you don't land a hit, the revenge meter doesn't actually... Ooh, good stuff. Doesn't actually go away. You have to land the hit. I'm just glad we're not fighting another curse enemy, because I think that means I have a little bit of leeway if I do get hit here, where I won't just die immediately. Like whenever I was fighting the wolf, who would drop me down to 1 HP, so if I got hit a single time, it was just over. Counter, run up, get a big strike. Ooh, okay, we're okay. It is insane that you're definitely not supposed to beat these at this point, but there's not really a thing stopping you. It's not like most action RPGs where you would still take damage if you block. You take 0 damage if you block. So oh, ow. So there's not really any concern with just if you don't have the timing down, just doing regular attacks and then doing regular blocks instead of trying to get the perfect ones. You could very easily beat this. I mean, honestly, at level 1, you could probably beat this fight. It would take a really long time, probably a few hours, but I'm sure there's people who have beaten... I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if every game hasn't been beaten at the lowest level possible, which most of the time is level 1, if it's able to be. Most RPGs, unfortunately, you can't do that, because if you don't have a way to dodge every point of damage, or block every point of damage, then most of the time you'll be hit, especially in turn-based RPGs, where you just take damage no matter what you do. And there we go. That got us up to level 49. That is Volgadine are defeated. And we get a veteran seal from it. Skill mastery gain +2. Makes mastering skills even easier. Great fight there. Much cleaner than the wolf we fought earlier. Just showing that kind of starting to figure out the game. That is an axe star plus for us. Then over here is our final crystal, which we can break. And that is all discoverables found. Next up, we're going to go ahead and head on back to our ship. And I think this is the island we're heading for. So let's go ahead and, well, didn't want to throw a marker down there. Let's throw our mark. This is terrible. We're just going to go towards this. This is Ralphos Island, so we'll just start from there. Make our way over to that merchant ship. And then we'll make our way down to that southeastern ship. So, hop aboard here. This is that merchant we saw that I just said we would ignore till this episode. Because I knew we'd be back at some point. Hello, merchant.
We're zooming along.
This is the barge vendor Thrud. So I think this is just merchant ship Thrud's barge. Yep. We can go ahead and we'll barter with food because we have a lot of this. We get the blessed paper scrap as well as crystal shard set. Although it's not really needed. I just don't think you really need crystal shards that bad. But we will pick up the blessed paper scrap.
Pleasure doing business.
This will let us get another accessory slot. And I think we should be able to just use that immediately, right? On, well, we got a ton of levels here. So let's just let this go through. Yep. And we just hit level 49. So we learned Niflmuspel, a new duo skill. Let's see. I want something with like, I forgot about Twin Vortex. I want something with more break. Like that. Niflmuspel. Freeze enemies first, feet first with ice mana before shattering them. Perfect. Is that more break though? Yeah, just base is more break, meaning it's going to be even better once we've upgraded it. So go ahead and do that. And then we'll just start unlocking our nodes here since we are able to. And I think depth 7 might be the last depth we can go. But unlock those. Unlock Karja's. So we'll get a new skill here. We're not going to equip it just because we're not playing as Karja. Node 3. Are these? Yeah, node level 3s. We can now start equipping the, I think, highest tier of nodes. But let's go ahead and start. These are more just glass cannon builds. We were doing it up top, so thinking about changing this up just to get more, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and throw both of these on Adol, making him absolute monster on the battlefield. And then I'm going to go steal the dark ones from up here. Remove, remove, and remove. Then we'll throw... not loving any of these, but we'll just throw basic red ones on here. There we go. Head back down. And break +5. Break +10. And strength +4. There we go. And then for Karja, we'll make this her yellow one, because she has kind of become our luck user at this point. So we'll just do this, and then for now, we'll just give her this yellow one right there. There we go. And then we go to equipment, and... oh, I only have one. I thought I had two. No. Do I have anything? I've thought about changing up their outfits, but I think I kind of like how they look right now. And there we go. Okay. With that, let's go ahead and turn this way, and over here should be our next island. This should be Outcast Island. One of the really small islands where there's just like one thing to do on the island.
All right,
Go ahead and disembark.
let's disembark.
Grab our only stone. We get a mana point for Adol. Sure, we'll go ahead and release this, even though I'm going to hold off till we get some more dark mana.
Let's catch our breath.
And then over here will be our chest, our only regular chest. Ooh, but a lot of healing resources on this island. This has a Raiju charm for us, decreasing paralysis. And then over here will be our
Pick something up here.
hidden chest.
This here?
4 or 5 fishing bait. Have I seen these yet? Yeah, I think they just give us that rare resource. And then finally, hop up here. That's all discoverables found. And let's head over to the mine area. Huh? What do you know? There's a cave here. Signs point to it being in use up till recently. Maybe it's a pirate treasure trove. Maybe. It does give off that sort of vibe. But there doesn't seem to be any traps or footprints, so I wouldn't be so sure. I can sense somebody in there, though. A human, maybe? Well, quickest way to find out is to head in and look. Let's move. Huh? I don't believe it. You're the last person I expected to see in here. I thought I heard someone coming in.
Princess.
And who should it be but the princess herself? It's been quite some time. Einar? I figured you were a Grieger by now, but it looks like you're doing just fine by yourself. Yes, somehow or another. As for the young man over here, is he not the same one I saw you with in Karnak? Adol briefly introduced himself and explained the situation with the Sandras. I see, so those monsters were Grieger after all. I had heard rumors of them, but to think they would spread all across Obelia Gulf. Ah, but where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself, Adol.
My name is Einar. I'm a merchant operating out of Balta Island. I travel Obelia Gulf and its neighboring countries by boat, making purchases and brokering trade agreements. Though there is much to be concerned about, I am grateful that our paths have converged.
Speaking of which, the general shop on Balta Island is Einar's. The kid usually is running it, though, is his little brother Folky. You aren't a warrior, Einar? There are those who were hoping I would be, but for now, I am merely a merchant. That said, I am still a Norman, and do take some measure of pride in my seamanship. Anyway, it's good to know you're alright. What have you been up to? Everyone on Balta Island is worried about you, your kid brother especially. I see. My apologies for that. When Karnak was attacked, I had just left for my next business negotiation. It was then that I encountered those ominous battleships, the Undying Fleet. A number of them gave chase, and I tried my very best to shake them off. That is how I wound up here in the Sonelia Basin. This island houses a secret storehouse of mine, so I found it a suitable place to lie low until the white whale has calmed himself. Secret storehouse? That's so cool. Yes, I suppose the term does stir the imagination. Originally, I discovered this island by happenstance while seeking refuge from a storm. The surrounding topography makes it difficult to spot, a fact that I have taken full advantage of. Pretty shrewd. Now then, if I may touch on one final matter. This is only a proposition, but would you allow me to board your ship and conduct my business upon it, Princess? Sandras ain't a merchant craft, you know. We don't have infinite space, and the people from Karnak are having a tougher time than you are. Why do you want on anyway? Well, Karnak is no longer a functioning town, and the waters have been overrun by Grieger. This will surely have an adverse impact on the flow of goods in Obelia Gulf, which, as a seafaring merchant, is not something I can overlook. And so, given that your ship provides ease of communication with Karnak's townsfolk, as well as the means of fending off the Grieger, would it not be more efficient for me to accompany you? Ah, you make a good point. You really are a salesman, Einar, with a silver tongue to match. I thank you. Got it. In that case, welcome to the crew. You've sailed your own merchant ship far and wide all by yourself, right? I expect you to lend a hand with onboard duties then. Naturally, I do believe I will be of service to young Ezer as well. May this be the start of a fruitful partnership between us, Princess, and you as well, Adol. Einar has joined the crew of the Sandras. And so we get a little bit of monosail recharge. A new shop, Einar's Wares, has been added to the Sandras. The recapture skill, Peddler Spirit, has been unlocked. Einar, contribute point exchange. you can obtain various items in exchange for contribution points, which are allotted according to the contribution value. Your contribution point balance can be viewed in the records tab of the journal's help other section. Essentially, those points you can get, you can actually cash them in at the shop in order to get different items. I will be showing that off, but I do want to quickly see. I was looking to see if there's a fishing spot, but I didn't see it directly behind me. Let's see. Anything new for us? Yes, we actually have something we can grab with the regular fishing bait. Let's go and give it like 1 or 2 attempts, then we'll throw our save down. If we don't get what we're looking for. This should be a pretty easy fish no matter what. Well, no, it can't be small fish because we've actually caught all the small fish at this point. We'll go ahead and use our support here just to make it a little bit quicker. And there we go.
You don't catch these every
Looks like a new fish to me. That is the Squala. Gives us 1 sparkling white sand. Should have chose to fish again just to see. Nope, that is everything. Let's go ahead and hop aboard the Sandras again. And now let's go to the cabin area. I'm curious if it acts like the regular shop. Or I can swap who's here. Yes, Einar's wares. So, right here, we can grab the Ebon Ring, damage to element inflicted enemies plus 10%, as well as the Tactician's Earrings, both of which we could have found earlier. We also have the Chibi Pickard that we can grab, and 3 different trainings. So let's go ahead and grab all the trainings.
Here you are.
Defense, armament, and steerage training, as well as the Chibi Pickard, or Chibi Pickard, might as well, just to get that out of the way. And thank you, Einar. Thank you, Einar. Now, let's go ahead and head back up to this area where we can finish decking out our ship real quick. I'll prepare the Sandras. We have new refits we can do. And now we have a ton of them because we've entered our new chapter. So we need this black silver sand for a lot of stuff. Still don't have any of it. We can do the major refit 3 hardened defenses. So we'll just grab this up. Grab this to increase our hull.
That ought to do it.
Sandras has been improved. Then past that, we just need so much black silver sand. So probably just not worth it right now. No reason to really upgrade any of this, and some of it requires black silver sand anyways. So with that done, let's go ahead and return to the helm. And now, we are going to go do the island over here, the recapture. So let's go ahead and head to Fallen Island. This is, we're going to go offshore, because this will be the quickest way to get there. And then we're just going to head south. Ooh, be careful. Head south, we'll grab that gold wind current there, because I'm assuming that'll take us over to that island. Oh, there's another one over there we're going to need to grab. That's fine. Got to be careful, though. Don't want to use too many of our abilities here, or else we won't be able to use them in our upcoming recapture. So let's try to just use our regular stuff here. Come on. There we go. And then run into you. Ooh, nope. Missed it. That's fine. There we go. Okay. New route unlocked. And now, let's do a recapture. Been a while since we've had one of these. This is the Sonalia Base in Southern Ruins. Level 2 difficulty. There's going to be 2 sea waves, 3 land areas. Want to get, of course, we want to get our S rank for the Heartfire Tome. That's a really good one. Let's go ahead and attempt it, shall we?
We must not allow the Krieger to
Infiltrate the occupied area. Recaptures start. All right. We want to go for our ships first to get that max score going. Hold off on you. Do I not? I forgot you don't start with any monosail. Ran with monosail one time. There we go. EX armament. Perfect. There we go. Ran with monosail 3 times. Okay. I also need a block with mono barrier, so I'll just have to remember that one. I think I could ram it again, actually. There we go. Got the second ram. Use my EX armament again. Okay. Now, need a ram once more and use EX armament again. So we'll just go ahead, use EX armament first. Try to ram the small ship. Perfect. You still need a block. Can I just, like, use it? Or do I have to actually block damage? I might have to actually block damage. I mean, that's fine. Because you don't have to complete every mission. Come on, fire your cannons at me. You just have to use most of them. I need to fire standard projectiles real quick. Okay. The last... Oh, man, this is going to be tough because the last... Get back here. The last pillar is what's going to complete that other mission. I just need to use your EX armaments like all the time, clearly. Fire your cannons at me, please. Okay, it's not going to. Go ahead and run up to this pillar. This will complete 2 missions there. Up to level 6. Standard projectiles 4 times. Special projectiles 4 times. Easy enough. Still need a block. I think we got the block there, which is good. Okay, that's 1 ship sank. See if we can get a block here. Nope, it's gonna not fire at me. Perfect. 2 more standard projectiles. Where are... There's another one. I see it over here. And it's like, it's always unfortunate because they're just really bad shots, which is the reason that we're not getting it done. We're close, though. We're really close. Let's go ahead and EX armament. Okay. There we go. We get the block. Amazing. Okay. Finally finished that quest. Speed boost you. And there we go. We are max level now, so we can just unleash everything to quickly finish this off. Speed boost again. Sink that ship. We still have to sink them all, though, to get that max score here on the ship section. And there we go. Okay. 1 more pillar. We'll just use my hits to hit from far away, but then it like doesn't even matter because we still have to run up to it anyways. All right. Final couple ship here for us. We get the break. Oh, please let me boost. There we go. That's 1 ship down. That one's going in a... Is that going to damage itself by running into the... I don't know. It did... I mean, it's already hurt before we pulled up to it, but... There we go. And unfortunately, we are taking damage now. I think we made it all the way here without taking any points of damage. Sink this ship, and there we go. That is all the ships sank. Let's go ahead and just blitz this final pillar. Can I hit it from over here? No, I have to be within range. Okay, there we go. Slow down, slow down. And there we go. All waves cleared. Okay. Easy sea section. Now, see how well this one goes. Just can't use an item. That's all that matters. No items used. Clear it pretty quickly. I just don't know if this one's a like boss or like a Grieger room or not. Because that's where it really slows you down, is in the Grieger section. Alright, just you guys. Let's do my spin attack. They're only level 36 because this is another thing you could have done before completing the main story of this area. So I'm hoping there's not many issues, but that curse effect is brutal. There we go. Okay, I like how you get bonus points for clearing all the enemies in this. This is the thing I was talking about last episode, where we fought these before, but we actually can't destroy those. But you actually get bonus points for killing every enemy in the open area right here, the land section. But like, I don't think you cannot. I think you ooh, okay, well, I see how this one works now. It is not directly on us like the previous one. It's going to be in front of us. So just got to be careful. Come on, there we go. But, yeah, you can't leave the room till you've cleared all the enemies. So it's very odd you get a bonus for defeating every enemy. Be gone with you filthy things. Okay, it is a Grieger room. A puppet Grieger. Let's get this done. That means if we don't clear it here, we can replay it and pretty easily clear it. Now, this is an easy Puppet Grieger, not the new versions we've been fighting. So, shouldn't be too bad. Especially with this new ice skill, that does a good amount of damage. And if you stack it, this might be one of the first times we can actually see the ice effect. Go. Ice again. And there we go. Stuck with ice. I think it just slows him down, but still cool. Very, very quick zone. Did we do that without taking... Nope. Adol took like 2 hits.
Done and dusted. That's one more part of the goal freed. Let's let the others...
And is it going to be an S rank? Yes. Perfect. There we go. We get the Crimson Manual Dance, the Heartfire Tome, Wise General Belt, 2 Rainbow Lumps, which is really good, and 1250 Crystal Shards. And of course, we also got a Puppet Grieger, meaning we get a new friend. Who are you? Why am I recognize this lady. She's an out-of-towner who is passing through Karnak. We saved her from some Grieger on the highway. She must have been caught in the attack. Bad luck on her part. So much for whatever vacation she was on.
My name is Millette. I am a traveler and nothing else. More pressingly, would you be so kind as to escort me somewhere safe at once? I can ill afford to fritter my time away in such a place as this.
Nah.
No can do. This ship's got important business to take care of. We can't just ferry you at your beck and call. Besides, we're short-handed as it is. And another thing, where's that high and mighty tone coming from after we went out of our way to rescue you? That's... my apologies. It's a bit of a, shall we say, inborn tendency of mine to foist my needs upon others. I do genuinely appreciate you taking the time to rescue me. Nevertheless, I have yet to fully grasp this situation. Why did this have to happen now of all times? Just when I'd finally reached the town. You do seem pretty frazzled. Well, there's no blaming her for that. If that's truly how you feel, then perhaps you should bring me elsewhere after all. I said no, and I ain't gonna say it a third time, understand? As long as you're aboard my ship, you're gonna make yourself useful. Find some chores to do at the very least. You want to get out of Obelia Gulf? You'll need to find a way to do that on your own. I understand. As I am not accustomed to life at sea, I shall be relying on your good graces. Millette has joined the crew of the Sondrus, giving us a boost to our defense, and the recapture skill Frigid Glare. The occupied island was successfully recaptured. Hugo's reconnaissance has marked surrounding territory and exploration points.
A new letter?
A new letter, Hugo? You shouldn't have. All right, we have a new person aboard our ship. But first, let's go ahead and view our letters. Mysterious book. Appears to be an old book. Hugo must have picked it up somewhere. The title says Seafaring for Mana Wielders. Could this be? Letters contents were copied to the journal. That's all our letters checked. Gotta say though, Hugo here's really been a huge help. We couldn't communicate long distance otherwise. That's true. It's made things a lot easier for us. Yeah, you're a fine, upstanding member of the Sondrus' crew. Afterwards, Adol and Karja gave Hugo some snacks as a reward for his hard work, and our affinity with Hugo has increased. And now, with that, we can actually see that we have another blue marker over here, as well as a side quest marker right over here. So, we're actually going to go over to this spot first. Let's go to Odd Rock Isle.
Right, let's get going.
Oh dear.
And then...
Rolling in.
What? I thought that was just like normal.
Smooth and steady sailing.
But let's go ahead and head this way. Hop aboard this sea current. I actually don't know what that side quest is yet, so we're just going to ignore it for the time being. And over here, we can examine this to find... Yep, you can kind of just barely see him there. Huh? Look over there. Whoa, isn't that a Pickard? At a glance, it would appear the ship it's standing on was sunk by cannon fire. It looks terrified. Poor thing must have been through a real nightmare. We should rescue it, else the Gree Girl will make a meal of it in no time. And we get the Scaredy Pickard rescued. Be sure to give it to Sasha on the Sandras. And that's exactly what we'll do. Let's go ahead and head to... Let's go to the deck. Eek! What was that scream just now? You boar? What savagery are you committing? I'm just trying to gut this fish. And you would so blazingly perform such vulgarities in front of a lady? Ugh, these barbaric backwoods fisher folk. Sorry, I just... I can tell I'm gonna regret asking, but what happened? Seeing merchant ships out on the open waters had given Millette an idea. And negotiating with them, she could feasibly arrange for a rescue boat from outside of Obelia Gulf. The only problem was she had no contacts to speak of. Cohen, unable to bear seeing Millette so gloomy, offered to prepare a meal of fresh seafood for her. However, when she saw a living fish being gutted, she inadvertently let out an ear-piercing shriek. Millette, you're in the wrong here. As captain, I order you to apologize. Kind of a snap decision there. You say that like it's a bad thing. Disputes on board need to be nipped in the bud before they fester. I accept full responsibility. The fault was mine for behaving so discourteously. Clearly, nothing has changed since me leaving home. I'm still the same spoiled little damsel I've always been. And meaning to ask what your deal is, actually. All I can gather is that you're a rich girl from some well-to-do family. I am the daughter of a wealthy merchant in the Roman Empire. However, a few months ago I learned that my parents were planning to force me into an arranged marriage. The suitor was a noble whom I knew by neither face nor name. Clearly, expediency was the only consideration. I was to be used as a bargaining chip, without ever knowing true love. The prospect evoked enough disgust to prompt my departure from home right then and there. And you wound up all the way in Karnak. Good hustle, rich girl. Wouldn't have guessed you had it in ya. It swiftly became apparent to me how helpless I truly am, however. My family has gone so far as to send pursuers after me, leaving me on the run with no plan or destination. And yet, I still have the gall to act unduly snobbish and curt to most every face I meet. Truly, what am I even doing? You kidding? You're amazing. I only wish I was as brave as you. I mean, just look at me. I'm a fisherman who's afraid of the ocean. When I was young, I tackled an offshore fishing trip, only to end up in a horrible accident. Aside from my life, the sea's taken just about everything from me. My pride and joy of a boat, my courage to take on the waves, my dreams of being the best fisherman in Obelia Gulf. That's why I admire you. You struck out on a path you chose for yourself. It's nothing all that grand. Rather, it is who I should be envious of you, Mr. Cohen. You took it upon yourself to try and comfort me, and then there's the finesse with which you dressed that fish. Though I turned my nose up at it earlier, that skill's a product of your diligence and ample life experiences, neither of which I personally possess. Missy, you're being too hard on yourself. All right, that's enough of that. We'll say they figured it out themselves. Yeah, I guess we never had to step in to begin with. Getting to know another person can ruffle some feathers, but it just might be worth the effort. Yes, well put. Can't promise not to stumble here and there, but I'll try a little harder to be more considerate of others. I insist, Mr. Cohen, you have done nothing wrong. Nah, I should have known better. Can it already? And so our affinity with both of them has increased. And now, we're gonna go ahead and head below deck first. And all the way down here, where we can go ahead and hand over Sashay. What? How did she just wander around? Sashay, I have a Pickard. Don't you want it? Okay, well, let's see if she's up here. She might have been on the deck and I just completely missed her. You're not in here. Sashay. That's Ashley. That's a Pickard. Oh, is she up here? Yep, there she is. Hand over Pickard. Yes, Sashay. This one's the scaredy Pickard. I think it likes herbs. Don't worry, you don't have to be afraid. Oh yeah, I grew these with my daddy. Here you go, you guys can have them. We have some basic ingredients, basic reagents, sun nectar, and melg flowers. Thanks, Sashay. And with that done... what is it? Something happened? Well... Can you tell me how you got super strong? Please, please, please. This again. Someone's popular. She's been begging me about this every now and then for a while. Sashay, you're not a Norman, so you don't need to learn how to fight like me. But how about this? At some point, I can teach you some other stuff about being a Norman. Maybe you'll find it coming in handy one day down the line. Thank you, Karja. No need to thank me. You made yourself a worthy student. Huh? You made the choice to live, yeah? So I know you can put my teaching to use. That's the only reason I'm doing it. Oh, okay. I'll just thank my mom instead then. Your mom? Why's that? She's the one who made sure I could live in the first place. What do you mean, Sashay? Now that I think about it, I remember hearing a rumor about the lighthouse keeper's family. Apparently something real bad happened to him several years ago. Could it be... Karja, are you okay? Don't mind me. You just be a good girl and keep helping out with the work. And one of these days, I'll make sure to teach you. Sound good? Yay! Your affinity with Lux and Sashay has increased. I assumed that's what that star meant. But with that done, let's go ahead and talk to Rosa to start up another side quest. Oh, right. Adol, Karja, do you have a sec to talk? What you need? Well, I've been thinking about opening a Rosevery pop-up tavern. What do you mean by pop-up tavern? Well, it's basically like a temporary second chain. You know what? Let me start from the beginning. So the Saunders has saved a lot of people and taken them aboard, right? But it's clear everyone here has a different thoughts on how to go about things. For every person who's willing to pitch in, there are those who'd rather just look out for themselves. The situation in general seems to have a lot of the passengers feeling frustrated and uneasy. I see where you're coming from, Rosa. But most of these people aren't here by choice. Not really much we can do about that. You may be right, but it got me thinking about that this isn't much different from a typical night at the Rosevery Inn's tavern. Was it? Absolutely. Some customers were there to have a good time, while others just wanted to complain after work. It was a place where people from all around town could come to eat, drink, and be merry. The most important thing was that everyone left feeling refreshed. That's what the Rosevery Inn was all about. And as the owner's daughter, you want to try and replicate that. Is that it? Mm-hmm. It would just be for one day, but I'd like to give everyone on the Saunders the tavern experience. Could I ask you to help with the preparations, maybe? You got it. This is a short one, meaning you do need to do it right now. Sure, we don't mind. Great, thanks so much. A one-day tavern, huh? Guessing you'll need grub and alcohol for that. That's right. I figured we could offer the inn's standard menu as far as dishes go. We already have most of what we need, except for our secret ingredient, whirlwind grass. I haven't been able to find any. I don't know much about cooking, but there's a lot of merchants that come in and out of Balta Island, so we might be able to get some there. In that case, would you mind picking some up? It'll work on getting the alcohol. I'll work on getting the alcohol. Okay, we're on it. I really appreciate the help, you guys.
Let's give it a go.
Quest Fellowship with Flavors started. So we're just going to go, I believe, straight over to Balta Island. Yeah, this is Balta. We'll just go to the harbor.
All right, let's go.
And there are actually going to be a few different NPCs we can talk to. But we're not going to worry about all of them. There's only one we actually need to talk to. We'll talk to Einar while we're here, though, just to get some relationship points with him. Not much time has passed, and yet it feels as though I've been away for an eternity. How about going over to see Folky and Gelmir, then? Might as well while we're here. As captain of the Saunders, I'll go with you. Oh, why thank you. I do have my general store's operations to attend to. I'm sure my brother is concerned for me, though I don't know if the same can be said of my father. Now would be a good time to borrow you for a bit? Sure, let's get going. Alright, that's that then. Oh, now that you mention it, I don't often see you talking to Gelmir. Very astute of you, Princess. My relationship with my father is complicated. We've mutually decided to keep our distance. Oh yeah? Well then, shall we be on our way? But big brother, it's really you. Once we heard what happened to the people in Karnak, I couldn't stop worrying about you. I'm sorry, Folky. Wasn't in a position to return right away. However, I'm told that you've been working hard to keep the shop operational in my absence. You've become so very dependable. Well done. Thanks. Father, pleasure to see you as well. My apologies for any issues I may have caused. The princess caught me up on what happened. When you hadn't made contact for a while, we assumed you'd been turned into a Grieger. Was prepared to put you down myself if you had. No greater disgrace than that to a warrior clan like ours. Aren't you being a little harsh on your son? Huh? Just who made you head of this household? All I'm saying is if you had just taken up the blade yourself... Forget it. Do whatever you want. I intend to. Now then, Folky. May I leave the ledgers to you from now on? I was surprised you were able to handle such calculations. It was plain to see that you gave them your very best. You'll be keeping up the effort, I hope. About that. It was actually Dad who did all the bookkeeping. Oh? But why? You were always against my choice of profession. After everything that happened, Dad and I went to Karnak to look for you. We thought you might have died fighting the Grieger. Since there was no body, we knew you had to be alive. So we both decided to look after your shop until you got back. I greatly appreciate that, Folky, but... Hey, Gelmir. How's about you talk this out man to man already? Where's burying your head in the sand the warrior way to you? I made a decision back when you were born. Decision to take everything I knew about being a warrior and pass it on to you. So when you said you wanted to be a merchant instead, I felt betrayed. That feeling's never left me. But eventually I came to see that you've got a knack for trading. Should have known from the way you constantly negotiated with the adults as a tyke, or spat on and on about merchant ships. But now here you are, the best merchant on the island. Not just anyone can achieve that. So go on ahead and follow your bliss. All I can do as your old man is watch over you, my eldest son. Father, I had no idea. Why did you never tell me how you felt? You're my kid. You should have figured it out. Oh, now that's just absurd. However, it would seem this was a misunderstanding on my part as well. Thank you, Father. I ask that you continue to watch over me. Don't you start demanding things of me, boy. Oh, come on, Dad. Quit being so mean. Well, looks like things all worked themselves out. Guess we were right to reach out to Einar. After that, Einar shared a pleasant conversation with his family before returning to the Sandras. And our affinity with him increases. And now, we're just going to go down to the beach. And this person right over here should be the only person we actually need to talk to for this quest. Princess Adol, what can I do for you two today? Looking for an herb called whirlwind grass. Ever heard of it? Whirlwind grass, huh? I actually have some of that at my house. Normans don't typically use it, but our family makes Karnak-style dishes every now and again. Would you mind sparing us a bit? Not at all. Just give me a minute to grab it. Received some whirlwind grass from Magni. Thanks. We'll make good use of it. Sure thing. Hope it makes for a nice meal. And now we can just go ahead and return to the Sandras. We'll just go offshore here.
Okay, let's go.
And we will head back inside. I don't
for a little break.
know if she's still at the mast or not, where we found her last time. But we'll hop up there just in case. Yes, she is. Okay. Oh, is that what I think it is? Yep. You got your whirlwind grass. How are things on your end with the alcohol? Good. I managed to find enough while we were back in the waters near Karnak. That should be the ingredients we need. I'll go right ahead and get started on everything. Rosa and Renee began prepping the food. Meanwhile, Adol and Karja went around to let everyone know about the event. A few hours later, the one-day-only off-site Roosevelt pop-up tavern was open for business. Welcome! Today we're serving our house staple seafood and mushroom fricassee. This is good stuff! Here I thought I'd never get to enjoy these flavors again. Thanks a bunch, Rosa. You're very welcome. Oh, Mr. Carpent, let me get you another glass of wine. Oh, Rosa, you always were such a thoughtful gal. Oh, I suppose that was clear from you putting this shindig together. Oh, how lovely it is to be able to relax for a change. Yes, quite. We still have plenty more if anyone wants seconds. Indulge yourselves as much as you like today. Yes, ma'am. Looks like a rousing success. I was a little skeptical at first, but yeah, Rosa really made it happen. You can tell she really watches out for everyone. I thought as much when I assigned her to lookout duty, but she really does have a keen eye for detail. Adol, Karja, I really can't thank you two enough. You helped me bring some color back into everyone's faces. And that's got me all cheered up too. I can tell. Now there's just one last thing to do. Hey there, guys. Sure took you long enough. We had Rosa and Mr. Roosevelt use Norman-style seasoning on our portions. I'm confident it'll be to your tastes, Miss Karja. This is a special occasion, so you two had better eat up. Well, what do you say we dig in, Adol? And so, the Roosevelt pop-up tavern closed its doors to rave reviews. Adol and Karja, too, found themselves with pleasantly full bellies.
And that takes
And the fellowship with flavor is now completed. Received a reward, the fish fry lunchbox, which of course means most importantly that we have another lunchbox. And we get a recipe for the luncheon fricassee. Our contribution value has increased. And the last thing we want to do in this episode is we only have, I believe, one more side quest. We do still have, well, a side quest that doesn't take us to a new island, rather. So let's go ahead and head over to, I think it's this spot. Let's go ahead and let's just start over here. Let's do offshore and then just head over to the left side.
Full speed ahead.
We have to see both of these in order to actually start the side quest. And then after that, the side quest is super fast. I don't think it requires us to get off our boat at all. So we'll just wrap around here. And you can see there's something in the water. If we use our spyglass,
Take a look. Looks like a living creature.
we can examine it. Shark spotted off the bow, huh? Looks like it's chasing something. That would be a sunfish. I hear they're rather common in these waters. Seems like he's having a rough time being chased by that shark. Not that it affects us anyway. That's a big shark. And then we'll go ahead, hop back aboard the wind current. And now we want to go over here. Well, let's go here. It's gonna be a little bit quicker than just traveling all the way over there. Hop aboard this wind current. I think we'll have to switch over to this smaller one. Well, we might be good. Let's see. Cut in here. And spyglass again. Oh, that sunfish is taking a nap. There's a ton of theories on why they do that. From plain exhaustion to getting birds to pick insects off their bodies. But from this angle, it's almost like it's sunbathing. A sunfish through and through. Holy, what is that? Ah. What's he looking at? Is that a giant bird carrying a sunfish? Can't stand to watch this anymore. An event with Ashley has been added on the ship. So let's go ahead and head to the deck. I think he's on the deck here. And we can just go ahead and run over to Ashley and start up his side quest involving the sunfish. Kind of like the dolphin one. What's got you so lost in thought? Oh, perfect timing. You two are free right now, right? I have an important job for you. I swear, try to be nice and check in on the kid, and he starts talking down on us like always. Well, out with it. What do you want? Right, so you both saw them too, right? Huh? Saw what? What else? The sunfish. How could you forget those poor little guys we saw in Sonalia Basin? Oh yeah, now it's coming back to me. I felt so bad for them. Right? They were so helpless. See, he knows what I'm talking about. It's all part of nature, that we get preyed upon by the strong. The sunfish from earlier are probably already dead by now. Hey, don't say stuff like that. One of them still seems to be safe. I even checked with my spyglass to make sure. So what? You're gonna keep it as a pet? Not a chance. We can't be wasting our time on that. Just stop putting words in my mouth. Never said anything about taking it in. I'm just scared it'll get attacked again. All I want to do is find some place where I can sunbathe in peace. All right, let's do it. We'll give you a hand. You too, Adol? Well, if that's all we're doing, then fine. So how do you plan on finding that sunfish a safe place to sunbathe anyway? Like I said, it's got natural predators all over the ocean. Yeah, I know that. So I've already marked a few possibilities on our sea chart. I want to check them out in person, though, so I was wondering if you could take me. It's like they're all in Sonalia Basin. What makes you so sure these places will be good for it anyway? Nothing really, I just figured somewhere nearby would be less strain on the sunfish. It'd be pointless if moving into unfamiliar waters wound up killing it again. Not quite. No, now quit wasting time. Just let me know when we get to those spots I picked out. Okay, I get it. We'll holler once we arrive at one, so be patient.
Let's give it a go.
And here we go. Quest Finding the Sunfish started. This is actually a very easy quest. Just like the dolphins, you actually only have to go to the proper destination, which I believe is this one right here. So we're just going to rotate our ship and head up this way. And I'm pretty sure once we break those rocks and head in, I think that is the end of the side quest. Very, very quick. So go ahead, break this, and... Oh, what about this place? The fog makes it harder to be spotted, and there's also space in the back for the sun to shine through. Seems like the perfect place to take in some rays, and the fog ought to keep it safe from predators. Yeah, this is the one, I'm sure of it. How are you going to let him know? Adol and the others found the sunfish that was being chased by a shark earlier and guided it to the safe haven they settled on. Is it okay? It's not dead, is it? Shut up and look. That's just the way they sunbathe. Glub. Looks like it all worked out. I think it likes the place. I'm glad. Really glad. Anyway, you really came through for me. The sunfish looks pretty happy too. So I guess this wasn't so bad. Your true colors really show when it comes to sea life, huh? Seems kind of like that's where your heart is. Wasn't expecting to feel this way either, actually. If anything, I thought I would always hate it. Huh? Why's that? Nothing. Never mind. More importantly, if something else comes up, you better help out again. Got it? Yeesh, what is with you? You're such a little brat sometimes.
That just about does.
And there we go. Fun of the Sunfish has been completed. The Sea Life's location was added as a travel point. You can have this book as thanks for pitching in. It's from the study of my old house. I don't need it, so use it however you want. And there we go. We get the Azure Manual Slide. A new skill for Karja, and our contribution value increases. And with that, we can hop over here. Go ahead and use the Crimson Manual Dance, the Blade Dance for Adol, and the Kick Slide for Karja, and finally, the Heartfire Tome to give us a 0.2 additional to our Revenge Gauge. There we go. We now can get up to a 3 times Revenge Gauge. And with that, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and wind things down here. We still have a few more blue areas. One of these is an island we can go explore, as well as finally needing to go back to Oland Island to complete another section here to train our mana abilities. But I think we're going to go ahead and wind things down here. In the next episode, we will head on to our new island and probably have time to head on over to Oland Island. So I will see you guys then.